Welcome, everyone. I'm your host, Darkness, and today we're starting a new segment dedicated to exploring the language teaching principles developed by the renowned linguist Rod Ellis. Ellis is an expert in second language acquisition, and his principles are designed to guide educators and learners alike in mastering new languages more effectively. In each episode, we'll dive into one of these principles, discussing its importance and how we can apply it in real-life learning situations. Today, we're kicking things off with Principle 1. Instruction needs to ensure learners develop both a rich repertoire of expressions and a rule-based competence. What does this mean? Essentially, for language learners to progress, they need to be exposed to language that's slightly beyond their comfort zone. Think of it like leveling up in a video game. You need that challenge to improve your skills, but if the challenge is too big, you risk losing interest or motivation. Rod Ellis emphasized the importance of finding that balance. Input should be understandable, but still challenging enough to encourage learning. Think of language learning like reading different types of literature. Whether you're diving into a comic book like Batman, reading a novel like Frankenstein, or exploring Shakespeare's poetry, each has its own style and structure. Just as you wouldn't read a comic the same way you read a classic novel, you can't approach everyday conversation with the same mindset as formal grammar rules. But you do need both. On the one hand, learners need a rich repertoire of expressions, the kind of phrases you use in everyday conversation, like greetings, idioms, or slang. This is like the dialogue in a Batman comic, where quick, punchy exchanges help you follow the action. On the other hand, learners need a rule-based competence, knowing the grammar behind those expressions. This is like understanding the structured verses in a Shakespearean sonnet or the complex narrative style of Frankenstein. The grammar rules give your language precision, while expressions make it fluid. Let's break this down with an example from the world of comics. Take Batman. He uses short, to-the-point phrases when he's on the streets fighting crime. His language is action-oriented, direct, and often relies on context. This reflects the need for expressions that fit the situation without overthinking the grammar. Now compare that to his alter ego, Bruce Wayne. In a high society gathering, Bruce Wayne would use more formal language, paying close attention to grammar, structure, and word choice. As language learners, we have to balance these two sides, knowing when to rely on expressions and when to fall back on proper grammar. Before we move on to tips for classroom activities, let's take a break with a song that connects to this balance of expression and structure. Here's Hunting High and Low by Stradivarius. That was Hunting High and Low by Stradivarius. Its blend of powerful melodies and lyrical storytelling mirrors the dynamic nature of language, filled with expressions and rules that guide our communication. Now, here are 3 tips for classroom activities that can help students develop both their expression and rule-based competence. Comic strip dialogue. Ask students to create their own comic strip dialogues in the target language. Encourage them to use informal, action-packed expressions like in Batman, but challenge them to explain the grammar behind each sentence as they go. This helps reinforce the rules while keeping it fun and dynamic. Role-playing. Different scenarios. Have students role-play different characters, switching between formal and informal language. For example, they can pretend to be Bruce Wayne at a high society event, using formal language, and then switch to Batman when he's in action, using more informal, quick phrases. This helps them practice when to use each type of language. Sentence breakdown. Show students sentences from a comic and ask them to break down the grammar rules behind each one. Then, have them create new sentences using the same structures, but changing the context. This gives them the freedom to use the language creatively while keeping an eye on the rules. And that's Principle 1. It's all about finding that sweet spot between knowing useful expressions and understanding the grammar behind them. Whether you're channeling your inner Batman with quick exchanges, or your inner Bruce Wayne with formal language, mastering both will help you become a better communicator. Thanks for tuning in. Stay tuned for more principles in upcoming episodes. Until next time, keep reaching high and low for those language learning challenges. Keep rocking and keep learning.